team. And tough will be this Czechoslovakia national team as well. In goal tonight, they'll start a 17-year-old who came in and bailed them out against the Soviets last night, Milan Hlička. He'll be the starting goaltender. He lost to the Swedes, had a big win over the Norwegians, and now has his biggest game as he starts against Canada. Roman Čechmanek is his backup, who started last night's game but was pulled with the score 4-0 against the Soviets. And the Canadians will go once again with 18-year-old Trevor Kidd from Oak Bank, Manitoba. Through 3 2/3 games, he's given up just 5 goals, just 1 goal against in the last 5 periods he's played for Team Canada. He's backed up by Felix Potvin from the Quebec League. The referee for this game is from Norway. He has a finish at a U.S. linesman. And they'll likely witness Evanier on left. Chris Snell from the Ottawa 67s, Carl Dykhouse from the Canadian Olympic team are the starting defensemen.
We'll see whether Lindros's line sets the pace for Canada early.
They've scored some early goals. Minute 34 into yesterday's game, Canada had a 1-0 lead over the Finns. Here's Yuri Шлегр, the Czech captain, number 24, belted by Lindros. And the Czechs clear the puck to the blue line, not out by Chris Snell, who shovels it into a corner. Sevigny trying to center for Craig, who was alone in front, and he couldn't get him the puck. Yuri Kунтош shoots the puck down the ice. And as Marian Johacek chased after the Canadian defenseman, icing is called.
Great start by the Canadians, and Eric Lindros has led the way. He likes starting because he can get in there, put the puck into the zone, and he likes to get that big hit so he can get into the game early.
Canada has had some quick starts in this tournament, particularly in the last 2 games. 34 seconds in against the Swedes, but they ended up in a shootout in the first period and were down 4-2 by the time it was over. Against the Finns, a 1-0 early lead turned into a 4-0 first period lead. Jason Marshall's shot, and Hlička stopped that and held on.
I don't think Hlička saw that puck, and it may have hurt him. Great shot from Jason Marshall right from the point. Now watch in front. Was it the puck that hit him? Or was it because he did the split? And boy, did he ever do the split.
That's groinful territory when you start doing that. He seems okay here. They have taken a bonk on the head, though, as he fell down on the puck.
Might be a good time for Canada to fire an extra few shots at him.
Canadians have Chris Draper, Mike Stillinger, and Stephen Rice up front. They change quickly. John Släney and Jason Marshall are the defensemen. Modry to Yuri Malinsky, number 9. He backed up and lost the puck. Stephen Rice trying to center it. Heads for the front of the net, and he was poke-checked. And out come the Czechs. Martin Straka, number 23. Prokaczka trailing the shot in on Kidd, and he kicked it out. Loose puck is sent through the crease. No harm done as Marshall takes Straka out of the play. Stillinger. Bumped by Modry. And a battle for the puck on the boards. The centering pass didn't get to the front of the net. Martin Straka took a bump, tried to get the puck to the point and couldn't. Prokaczka shot the puck towards the net. Jason Marshall fires it off the glass, but off a linesman. And the Czechs are offside.
And coming over to Canada, and have for the last 10 years playing in tournaments.
Patrice Brизбуа to Pat Fэллун, who's on the Canadian forward line with Kent Manderville and Greg Johnson. This has been a very solid line, as most of the forward lines have been. Gamрлик kept the puck into the point. Milo Holm couldn't keep it in on the left side, and Brизбуа takes over for Canada, number 24. In goes Pat Fэллun after the puck. Took a bump. Manderville couldn't center for Greg Johnson. And Roman Meluzin, number 17, a Winnipeg draft pick, tries to clear the puck. Gets some help from Josef Stiempel and got the puck to center. Here's Stiempel, number 15, the centerman. Blocked by Chris Snell as he tried to take the shot.
Great recovery by Snell.
Scott Thornton carrying the puck for Canada. He's out with Dale Craigwell, and Martin Lapointe as the 4th line gets some action early in this game. Later on, if it's a close game, don't be surprised if Dick Todd goes down to 3. Branislav Janoš with a good hard shot over the left shoulder of Trevor Kidd wide of the net. Almost 3 minutes in, no score, Canada and Czechoslovakia. And an icing call against Canada.
Chris Snell had a bad first period against the Swedes, but yesterday, Dick Todd, with full confidence in Chris Snell,
putting on the brakes as they get over center ice, and especially over the blue line. They dump it in and peel off and head back.
Well, we knew about this defense. His offensive abilities yesterday was the test defensively.
And this team from Czechoslovakia will be a little bit better than the Finns, maybe a little quicker. They'll test those defensemen a little more. Branislav Janos. Martin Rучински, number 16, drops it off. Uharchek with a shot. A weak one that dribbled wide of the net. Rучинski, who scored 6 goals in the tournament. Number 16 with a backhander. Trevor Kidd made the save. Uharchek, number 18, couldn't come up with a puck. Lindros tried to clear it. It hit a skate. And he takes his man, and Mike Craig hacks the puck out to center. Czechs are fast up front, aren't they?
They've got good speed, and they've got good size, Jim. It'll be interesting to see whether they try to go wide on the Canadian defense.
Yuri Шлегр cleared the puck. Lindros brought it in. Offside against Canada as Mike Craig does a little sparring with Rучинski at the blue line. A Canadian giveaway. A puck went off a skate to Martin Rучинski, who had this chance.
Rучинski didn't get the backhand shot that he wanted to. I think he was trying to put it up high. So it was an easy one for Trevor Kidd.
Yaroslav Modry, the defenseman drafted by New Jersey, tried to clear the puck from his own zone and couldn't. Draper's in front. Sillinger can't get him the puck. The wraparound attempt, and Draper couldn't put it in. Here's Stephen Rice, number 12, to the front of the goal. Cut off. Still the forechecking pays off for Canada. Draper got control behind the net. Yuri Malinsky, number 9, moving out at center. Driven in by Martin Madovy. And the Canadians come right back out. Malinsky to Modry. Czechs will play 3 lines, 6 defensemen. They have a couple of extra forwards, 1 injured. Jaromir Kaverka, very good centerman, hurt in the Soviet game and is not playing tonight. And they have a couple of spare defensemen that they don't use. Roman Meluzin, number 17, the Winnipeg draft, with the shot into a crowd and wide of the net. Pat Fэлlun bumped hard by Madovy. Gets the puck off the boards to the blue line, not out. Tipped in front on the shot by Holland. And the Czechs flip the puck back in. Greg Johnson, Kent Manderville, and Pat Fэлlun chase the puck into the Czech zone. Hambrick couldn't clear it. Manderville to the front of the net. Hit Johnson in the skates with a pass. Fэлlun shot. Hitchka makes the save.
Johnson and Fэлlun have worked great together in this tournament. Some good forechecking by Canada. They've been able to maintain possession of the puck, and this was maybe the best opportunity for Canada to score. Not a bad save, though, by Hitchka. Once again, Hitchka can really spread those legs, and he goes down in that butterfly style. He's so flexible, he almost appears to be able to reach Jim from post to post.
He didn't play all of that game against the Soviets last night, but he came on and allowed only 1 of the 5 goals, and probably why he's starting here. Chris Snell with a shot, and he didn't miss by much. Trying to go upstairs on Hitchka. In behind the net is Greg Johnson. Fэлłun's out front. Point men are changing, so there's no one open at the defense. Johnson to the front of the net. That's cut off. Fэлłun from Manderville, and that was cut off by Yuri Шлегр, number 24. He can't get it away. Johnson to Fэлłun in front, hit his skate. Good pressure by this forward line of Johnson, Fэлłun, and Manderville. Martin Rучинski, number 16, comes up with a puck. Branislav Janos is with him at center, and Marian Uharchek. And Fэлłun sends the Czechs back into their own zone, completing a fine shift for Fэлłun, Johnson, and Manderville, and they go to the bench.
Some pretty good discipline, too, defensively.
Jason Marshall chases the puck. Martin Straka back after him. John Slэйни now. Off the boards, not out. And Modry couldn't hold the puck into the blue line. Yuri Malinsky, number 9. Martin Straka. Yaroslav Modry. And the big defenseman carries the puck himself. 6 minutes and 35 seconds into the first period, no score. Canada and Czechoslovakia. Kraka. Madovy, number 26. And Dale Cregwell stopped him. Scott Thornton hacks the puck into the Czech zone. Both teams make changes.
Quick line changes today for Canada are very important. Dick wants to get all 4 lines into the action early in this game.
And he's doing that so far with a quick pace to the game and few whistles. Madovy was tripped up, no call from the Norwegian referees. Sevigny to Lindros. Ran over his defenseman Hamrick. Right at the blue line. Milos Holden with a long shot in on Severkid. Flash towards the front of the net by Stiefel. Back on the point, Hamrick shot. He scores! Martin Hamrick, and it's 1-0 Czechoslovakia.
Canada have been pretty good in their own end zone, but on this particular occasion, no one came out to challenge the point, and Hamrick was just able to take a free shot. Some confusion, you can see it right there. Canada had all 5 men back into their zone, but no one took that point man. It was Sevigny's responsibility as a left winger to get out and take that point. He had a man in the slot and never left him.
Martin Hamrick is one of 2 17-year-olds on the team. And he scored a goal at 7:31 of the first period to give the Czechs a 1-0 lead over Canada. Rучинski carried the puck in offside. Zygmunt Pálffi gets the only assist on the goal at 7:31.
Those are little confusing issues that happen defensively, especially when a team hasn't played together very long. Now, with Sevigny with a man in the slot, then it was Lindros' job to go out to the point. But Lindros stayed in the slot as well, and Sevigny never went out. So 2
will face off against Branislav Janos and won the draw. Sillinger, Draper, and Rice. Snell and Dykhouse, the Canadians on the ice. Chris Snell to Carl Dykhouse from Sept-Îles to Quebec. Mike Sillinger from Regina. Chases the puck in over the blue line. The Canadians are just offside. 12:04 to go first period. The Czechs have the lead 1-0 at the World Junior Championship in Saskatchewan.
Who tries to encourage her son to hustle, back check, and win.
Pat Fэлlun dumped the puck in for Canada. Yeti Kунтош in behind his own net has to chase the puck. Greg Johnson's right on him. Fэлlun coming in to help out as well. Manderville's out front. There's a penalty coming up. It'll be against the Czechs. Yeti Kунтоš is going for holding. And Canada trailing 1-0 will go to the power play. And we'll come back and have a look at it from the World Junior Championship on TSN. Defenseman Yeti Kунтоš gone for holding. 8 minutes and 20 seconds into the first period.
Johnson was in forechecking, trying to get away. Kунтоš had a hold of his stick.
And the referee Jonsson from Norway made the call.
Took him a while, but he finally made the call.
Chris Snell and Patrice Brизбуа on the points for the power play. Brизбуа to the front of the net, tipped wide. Eric Lindros, Pierre Sevigny, Mike Craig, a set forward line out on Canada's first power play of the game. Craig to the point. Snell moves in, just keeps the puck in from Mike Craig. Outside of the Czechs' 4-man box. Sevigny's in front. Lindros to Craig. Back to the point. Here's Snell. The screen shot tipped wide. Lindros from behind the net. To Mike Craig. He tipped the puck in front. And Martin Straka moved it outside the blue line and down the ice. 9 minutes gone first period. 1-0 Czechoslovakia. Mike Craig to the blue line. No further. The play was broken up by Hamrick. Lindros took a whacking from Olin as he came over the blue line. Minute to go in the penalty.
Czechs are very aggressive at their blue line. They're trying to keep Canada from being able to carry that puck in. So that means Canada go back to playing Canadian hockey. Dump it in. Chase after it.
Here's Kent Manderville leading the charge. The drop pass. Right onto the stick of Josef Stiepel. And Zygmunt Pálffi killing the penalty up front. Pálffi's in front of the net. And Stiepel played the puck back into his own zone, killing some time. Down to half a minute to go in the penalty to Kунтош. Greg Johnson with Manderville and Pat Fэллун out front of the power play. Slэйni and Marshall on the points. Gamрлик, the goal scorer for Czechoslovakia, dumps the puck to center.
Again, they're having trouble getting possession of the puck deep because they're not sending two men in after it.
Good hit by Gamрлик on Manderville, and he's hurt him. Kent Manderville down on the ice in the late stages of this penalty. 8 seconds to go in it, and Martin Gamрлik leveled him.
Gamрлik hit him hard from behind. Watch this.
And he ran into Pálffi on the way down, and it was the same shoulder that hit Pálffi.
There was just no way that Manderville saw him coming. He couldn't prepare for the Czechs.
Scott Niedermayer. The Calgary draft from the Cornell Big Red. Now being helped up. Just a good, solid hit by Martin Gamрлik, who scored the goal and thrown the big hit of the game.
And he might be feeling that he's going to get it returned to him if Manderville is still in this game. Watch it one more time. Manderville really crashed into the boards heavily. He's not going to the dressing room, so that is a very positive sign.
Let's go, Red Lord Shadow, boys. Come on now.
Canada continues on the power play for 5 more seconds. Kунтош is out of the penalty box. Canada's 0 for 1 with the man advantage, trailing 1-0. We passed the midway mark in the first period. Charging in was Thornton. Lapointe gets the puck. Trying to center it. Slэйni had broken for the front of the net. They couldn't get him the pass. Cleared by the Czechs into the stands. And that stops play with 9:21 left in the first period.
Well, Canada came out and started playing a pretty good physical game right now. But with that check to Manderville, it may inspire them to take the body even a little bit more. But again, taking the body with some discipline because they cannot afford to sit in the penalty box.
Early in this game, though, the Czechs haven't shown that they're going to back down.
And I don't think we expected that in this game. The Czechs are the second biggest team in this tournament, right after Canada, and they play a physical game.
Mike Sillinger, Chris Draper, and Stephen Rice, the Canadian forwards on the ice. Sillinger won the draw, but quick to pick up the puck was Martin Madovy. Jumps it in by the net, gets up and hustles in. As the Canadians move the puck out, a long pass for Stephen Rice. He was tied up by Prochazka. And the puck went the length of the ice. Medal game. If Canada doesn't win or tie against this Czechoslovakian squad.
It's on the table here today. Canada and the players aren't thinking about combinations or ifs. They want to win this one.
Yaroslav Modry with the forecheckers right on him. Rice knocked him down. There's a Czech player hurt back at center ice. It's Martin Madovy. And he's slow to get up.
Let's go back and see what happened to Madovy because it was behind the play.
That was the Rice hit on Yaroslav Modry. And Madovy is back up.
So we're still unsure of what happened to Madovy.
That was a ways behind the puck because the puck was already in over the blue line and headed to the corner when Madovy went down. Stephen Rice from the Kitchener Rangers and very soon to be with the New York Rangers. He spent some time early this season with them. I think the Rangers, who need some big physical wingers, will like what they've seen in this tournament from Stephen Rice.
They might be in the mood to call Rice back up again, or they may just leave him where he is for the remainder of this year and let him continue building his confidence.
Now Rice has just taken a penalty. He clotheslined Roman Meluzin, gave him a little shot in the face, but the referee was right there. And the Norwegian referee Jonsson is going to call Stephen Rice, probably for roughing. Just a needless little shot that he gave him, and the referee was right there.
Well, you can get angry and you can take it out on the team physically, but plays like this isn't exactly what we talked about prior to the game of Stephen Rice showing good physical play, but good discipline.
Draper and Manderville are ready.
So we know Manderville is ready.
Well, the Czechs are on a power play. Poland from the point, his shot. Trevor Kidd makes the save. Meluzin, Stiempel in the corner, trying to dig it out. Josef Stiempel against Chris Snell. Roman Meluzin is there, and the Canadians win the battle. Eric Lindros got the puck out to Mike Craig. Back for Lindros, offside.
Lindros had the right idea. He was just about a foot too far when he received that pass.
I don't think he's thrilled with the way he's played in this tournament. I think we expect so much from him, and all eyes are on him, and you can't miss him when he's on the ice. But I think he has a little trouble getting going when there are 4 lines being played, and he really hasn't elevated his play to the level that everyone expects, and maybe that he expects yet.
Well, I agree with you, and I think that is a lot of the problem, is that Lindros playing with 4 lines can't seem to get into it. On the other hand, with a tournament with 7 games that goes as long as this tournament does, you have to use 4 lines to make sure that they're fresh at the end when it may count the most.
Still, he's second in the tournament in scoring. He's contributed 12 points, and there's nothing wrong with that. Minute 15 seconds to go in the penalty to Stephen Rice. Brizbua finds a port, sends the puck down the ice. Manderville and Draper, the forwards out killing this penalty. Brizbua and David Harlan are the defensemen. Martin Rучински starts out of his own zone to Branislav Janos. Brizbua gambled. Janos shoots. He scores! 2-0 Czechs.
Well, we spoke so much about Canada's sound defensive play yesterday against the Finns. When you're killing a penalty, you can't afford to gamble, and Brizbua, who is a gambling offensive defenseman, definitely gambled on that play. Janos just walked right in on the left wing side and blew that shot right by Kidd.
Third goal of the tournament for Branislav Janos, a 19-year-old on the Czech.
Maybe a little bit too much confidence in their play yesterday against Finland, and thinking that they can just go out and automatically do it again today. They are up against a tougher team. And they caught the Finns also on a bad day.
Rучинski got the only assist at 12:36 in the goal by Janos. 2-0 Czechs.
I think we have to keep that in mind. That Canada played well yesterday, Jim, but they also played a team that was not playing at its best. We expected far more from Finland yesterday. Finland had played much better in the tournament previous to yesterday's game.
The Czechs are still in a medal hunt. They've lost 2 games, but they can still climb as high as silver by winning their last 2 games. Pierre Sevigny racing after the puck. Cut off by Malinsky. Long pass to Martin Straka. He couldn't knock it down on the left wing. Jason Marshall was back. Prokachka, number 28, in after the puck. Marshall beats him to it. Prokachka took it away. Back to the point. Hamrick just shot the puck to the corner. Madovy against Marshall. Hamrick, who scored from there once, shoots again. Kidd stopped him this time. Their sticks are up in the corner. Those players break with 6:32 left in the first. Czechoslovakia 2, Canada 0. Back to Saskatoon in a moment. 6.5 minutes to go in the first period. Carl Dykhuis, number 4 for Team Canada, lays the puck up on the left wing. Scott Thornton dumped it in over the blue line. Dale Craigwell is in after it, and it's offside against Canada.
Whole bench.
How long will he use the whole bench today, trailing 2-0?
Well, as he said yesterday, he was prepared to go to 3 lines halfway through.
Manderville to Johnson. Balloons with him on the right side, headed for the net. But the Czechs knock the puck away. Ghamrik gets it out to center. Ghamrik. Milos Holland, number 22. Gains center ice, dumps the puck in on Kidd, offside, Czechoslovakia.
Jim, let me tell you, Dick Todd almost has to do that and go halfway through a game because the talent is so...
Guys are going and then just play it.
Yeah, exactly.
And play it. Stephen Rice. Ooh, got away with jabbing Martin Rучински. This time the referee was on the other side of the ice. Rice with Sillinger and Draper, and the Czechs ice the puck.
For some reason right now, Canada seemed to have a burr in their bonnet. Even Lindros down in the far end zone a couple of shifts ago chopped the stick right out of a Czechoslovakian player's hands. They've got to use their aggressiveness, but keep their cool.
We always talk about the way the Canadians must play emotionally and really get into a game. And sometimes, and you've seen it before, everybody, in so many tournaments, get a little too pumped up and carried away. Here's Chris Draper. Couldn't make the pass to Sillinger. Takes the man, though. Sillinger takes the puck. Out to Stephen Rice at center. Got by Kунтош. Trying to go by Шлегр. He gets by him and chases the puck. Yuri Kунтош wiped out by Stephen Rice. In to throw another hit was Chris Draper. Шлегр gets the puck. Branislav Janoš, who has one of the two Czechoslovakian goals, carries the puck over the blue line. Drops it off to Uharchek. Oh, Branos was decked by Rice. There'll be another Canadian penalty. Malinsky passed the puck into the corner. And another Czech body goes flying. And finally the whistle goes and Stephen Rice is going to get an interference penalty for the big hit just inside the blue line.
And then when he knew he was going to be penalized, tried to draw a penalty. It didn't work.
Interference at 15:25.
I think that was a little premeditated. Watch Rice.
Branislav Janoš is the man he decked.
Now watch what happens right here. Watch Rice.
Good effort.
A good try. He looked back at the referee.
Rice has taken his second straight penalty. The Canadians gave up a power play goal the last time he was in the box. And the Czechs have their second power play opportunity, 1-for-1 so far. Two Czech forwards are already up at the Canadian blue line, drawing the defenseman back. Straka faked the shot, back to Malinsky. Into Straka. Brizbua couldn't come up with a puck. Prokachka, number 28, to the point. Yuri Malinsky, number 9. Martin Straka. Martin Prokachka. And they pass it around the perimeter. Straka. Back in the point. Шлегр's shot. Blocked. Straka gets the puck to Malinsky at the point. Got around Mike Craig. Eric Lindros came over and got the puck. To Craig. Shorthanded. Stood up by Шлегр. Lindros barges in. Shorthanded. Stopped by the goaltender Hliska. 3.5 minutes to go in the first period. 50 seconds to go in the penalty. Long blast by Malinsky. Stopped by Kidd. .40 seconds to go in the penalty. Marshall to the front of the net. Tipped by Chris Draper. Milos Holder. Wrist shot on Trevor Kidd and stopped. Cleared down the ice by Carl Dykhouse. 20 seconds to go in the Canadian penalty to Stephen Rice. Under 3 minutes to go. First period, 2-0 Czechoslovakia. Zygmunt Pálffi played the puck back. Ghamrik, the defenseman who scored. Roman Meluzin with Pálffi over the blue line. Craigwell stops Meluzin. And the puck is cleared by Manderville. The penalty's over. Rice is back on the ice.
That shift by Lindros and Craig was for Rice.
You can see what Lindros is capable of when he puts his mind to it. This was amazing to watch as he headed up ice.
Mike Craig took the check to make the play. Lindros just bowled right over that Czech player and then headed for the net. He really couldn't get himself into good scoring position.
And Milan Hlička was able to make the save. So the Canadians are back at full strength, trailing 2-0. Scott Thornton to Dale Craigwell. It got through to Martin Lapointe offside. Over 2 lines. And Thornton complains about it. 2:24 left in the first period. Good pace, good hitting. Thornton raced after the puck. Шлегр cleared it away. Here's Dale Craigwell to the front of the net. Lapointe's after the puck, and he tipped it just wide. Here's Craigwell again, out in front for Slane. He tried to get it to him. Backhand shot. Hlička makes the save. Canadians are all over the Czechs in a wild scramble. Brezbois kept the puck in. Tried to pass it in front, and he's checked. In the corner, Thornton out in front. Hlička makes the save. Loose puck. Craigwell missed it. Poke to the corner. Cleared by the Czechs out of the park.
Never quite know, do you, when you're using 4 lines, which line is going to create the momentum. Canada had their chances and couldn't put it in.
What a dominant shift for Craigwell, Lapointe, and Thornton. Now Lindros is back on the ice. Canadians win the draw. Dijkhuis keeps it in. In front of the net, Sevigny was tied up. And out comes Martin Straka. Martin Madavi splits the defense and got a chance on Trevor Kidd, who kicked it out. Mike Craig for Canada. Rink wide for Pierre Sevigny. His pass for Eric Lindros got right by him, and it's icing against Canada. 1:21 left in the first period. 2-0 Canada. Here's Paul. Martin Madavi jumped between the defensemen, Dijkhuis and Snell, and made it to the net.
Now Madavi was in the net. That's when Canada's got to react, because those nets don't move as easily as the mag nets, and so you've got to react and create your transition game, because they could have had a man advantage with Madavi in the net behind Kidd.
Just over a minute to go in the first period. Josef Stimpel couldn't handle the puck. Chris Snell clears it to center for Canada. Dumped back in by 17-year-old Hamrick. Roman Meluzin. Milos Holland dumps the puck in. Stopped by Trevor Kidd and steered to the corner, and Chris Snell comes up with it for Canada. Up the middle for Lindros. He lost the puck, and Craig dumps it in and heads for the bench. Lindros in on the defenseman Hamrick, who is quick to make the play. Down to 30 seconds to go first period. Branislav Janos cuts to the middle. The puck was swept away by Jason Marshall. In behind the net to John Slэйни. And Slэйni gets the puck out to Lindros at center. He's checked. Kунтош in over the blue line. Turned back by the Canadian defense. A race for the puck. Lindros with Fэлlun out in front. There's the pass. They score!
From all the way back into Canada's end zone, a long breakaway pass. Watch what Eric Lindros does. He knows where he wants to put it. He's just got to get to the puck first. Right over to Pat Fэлlun. What a move Fэлlun puts on the goaltender, Hlička.
Pat Fэлlun is a great goal scorer in his draft year, and he scored a great goal for Canada.
That was great determination by Lindros. Getting to the puck first, winning that battle.
15 seconds left in the first period. Lindros and Marshall get the assist on Fэлlun, third of the tournament.
It was just a battle for that puck between Yuri Шлегр and Lindros. Lindros won.
Here's Fэлlun again. Tripped up as he sent the puck to the left wing boards. Cleared down the ice by the Czechs. And Canada will let the period run out. What a big goal to get 15 seconds before the end of the period.
They've got to build on the momentum of this goal.
Marshall cleared it, Lindros got to it, and what a great pass to Pat Fэлlun.
Lindros didn't have time to look where Fэлlun was. He actually had to guess and hope that Fэлlun would time it perfectly.
Canada gets on the board. Eric Lindros instrumental. Getting to the puck, gets it in front to Pat Fэлlun. Marshall with the other assist at 19:45. Nice boost for Canada. Shots on goal, 13-9 in the opening period.
In favor of the guests, the team from Czechoslovakia. And so period number 2 is set to get underway before a sellout crowd. Over 11,000 here at Saskatchewan Plaice in Saskatoon, and they haven't been disappointed in the action they've seen in the first period, although they may be disappointed in the score. Here's Yuri Шлегр, son of former NHLer Yuri Bubla, who played for the Vancouver Canucks, and he cleared the puck to center, where Chris Snell was stationed to clear it back in for Canada. Шлегр, who was at the Vancouver Canucks camp, carries the puck out again. Got it to center. Lindros is there to turn it back. Pierre Sevigny waiting for Craig in front. Tipped towards the net. And wide by Mike Craig. In after the puck is Eric Lindros. To Mike Craig. Dykhouse in front. Craig can't get him the puck. Craig again. Trying to feed Lindros this time. Knocked down by Шлегр as the Canadians pour on the pressure. Early in period number 2. Dykhouse pinches in to throw a hit. Kept the puck in only for a moment. And now the Czechs come out. Rучинski to the front of the net. Joharczyk's backhand shot, and then he flipped one up in the air and hit the side of the net as Kidd made the first save and got some help from the net for the second.
Canada got caught on that 3-on-2. That goal in the last minute really meant a lot to Team Canada. Gave them some momentum. It wasn't a very dangerous opportunity for the Czechs. He was forced to go wide. But you could feel it with the crowd, too. Had Canada not scored that goal, the fans would have wheeled up to the concessions thinking, oh, Canada's in trouble now. Yeah. They're in big trouble. Instead, I know that they were saying, all right, they're coming back now. They're coming back. Well, that's the same type of emotion that at times controls hockey players.
Here's Ivan Dropa, number 6, the biggest player in the Czech team who didn't play much in the first. Dropa is a Chicago draft pick, and he's back now as the Canadians tried to move up ice and return back. John Släney to Jason Marshall. Mike Sillinger out with Chris Draper and Stephen Rice. Backhand shot by Madovy. Martin Madovy, number 26. The Canadians try and flip it out, and they do, but out of the rink.
Come on, boys. Come on, boys.
You think that Todd would have had anything to say to his players between periods about discipline and not taking bad penalties? And I am sure that Stephen Rice may have had a little speech himself, apologizing for taking a couple of bad penalties.
But what he did in the first period, if he turns it around in his favor, might make him some room, mightn't it?
Well, you can bet that the Czechs know who Stephen Rice is out there right now. He's been running them left and right. So if he concentrates on going for the puck, they may pull up, and he may find himself with some scoring chances.
Patrice Brizbua. Up the boards, kept in by Roman Meluzin. Here's Kent Manderville coming out for Canada. Bump the puck to center. Craig Johnson with Pat Fэлlun in over the blue line. Johnson holds up, takes the shot. Klitschko made the save. Palffy cuts for the net for Canada. Cuts to Canada's net and was stopped by Kidd.
Harlock forced him wide, though.
Greg Johnson with Fэлlun and Manderville over the blue line. Milo Holland cleared the puck. Dykhouse brought it in over the blue line for Canada, offside. Zygmunt Pálffy is one of the right wingers who scored a lot for this team. They've done some line juggling tonight, but they came in here with 3 units, and on each of the units, the right winger had scored 6 goals, Pálffy one of them.
Well, Pálffy cuts for the net. Now, Harlock had forced him to the outside far enough that Trevor Kidd really didn't have much trouble making sure that he had the angle covered. Pálffy couldn't find his way any closer to the net.
Canada won the draw. Chris Snell moves up. Martin LaPointe, number 26, in on the inboards. Thornton and Craigwell there. Here's Dale Craigwell. The Czechs get the puck and start up. Martin Rучински over the blue line, lost the puck. The blast from the left winger went up off the glass. Marian Juhacek got the shot away. Yeti Kuntosh dumped the puck around on the board. Rучинski's checked by Craigwell. Thornton barges in after the puck. Kунтош has trouble with him. Dykhouse breaks in. His shot was blocked. How did he not put that in? It deflected away. Did it get a post? Thornton is hurt, struggling to the Canadian bench as Yuri Шлегр gets back after the puck. He takes a bash from Martin LaPointe. Dykhouse kept the puck in. Sevigny with a penalty coming up against the Czechs. They touch the puck, the penalty's called, and Canada goes to a power play.
You know, that was a gutsy effort. Thornton was hurting and hurting badly. But he got up so that Canada could keep the pressure on in the Czech zone. They had the momentum going, and Thornton just wanted to get off so that he could be replaced.
Yeti Kунтош goes to the penalty box for the second time in this game, this time for cross-checking. Canada has an early second period power play, trailing 2-1. And Martin LaPointe is now down on all fours. This has been a hard-hitting game by both sides. We saw Manderville get hurt in the first. Thornton is hurt on the bench, and Martin LaPointe feeling the effects of a hard shift.
Well, Thornton and LaPointe were really throwing the body around.
Hey, Greener, how did this stay out of the net?
It was a great shot, wasn't it?
Oh, Hlichka just got a piece of it. Just barely.
Dykhouse had moved in right to that face-off circle when he got that pass. I thought for sure it was going right up top in the corner. Watch it from this angle.
Right off the face-off, the shot from Brezbois at the point. Went to the corner, here's Craig. And Lindros on the power play. Snell and Brezbois are at the point. The pass from Brezbois to Craig was deflected by the Czechs into the stands.
On an opportunity like this right now, Canada, who have had the momentum right from the last, well, half of the first period, can keep it going.
Remember, I said that Ivan Dropa came off the bench for the Czechs and we hadn't seen him in the first. The reason I understand that he's come off is because another defenseman, Yaroslav Modry, has left with a separated shoulder. So the Czechs are feeling the effects of this hard-hitting game as well.
Come on, Red. Come on, Red.
Canada's power play with Eric Lindros at center. Mike Craig and Pierre Sevigny on the wing. Snell and Brezbois playing the points. Lindros has the puck. Spins away from the Czech. Snell to Lindros. Sevigny's working in front of the net. Craig into the inboards, takes the pass, tried to play it to Sevigny. Now back to the point, and it went right by Chris Snell, and a hard pass goes all the way down the ice. Here's Eric Lindros to the slot, no further. Sigmund Pálffi sends the Canadians back into their own zone. Less than a minute to go in the Czech penalty to Yuri Kунтош. Brezbois' pass didn't connect with Craig. Шлегр couldn't clear the puck out of his own zone. Now he gets some help. Martin Rучински belted to the ice by Mike Craig. Yuri Malinsky clears the puck, cut off. Sevigny in front, Brezbois. The shot went off a skate. Manderville took one that hit a skate and went wide. 5 minutes into the second period, 2-1 Czechoslovakia. John Slэйни has the puck, number 27, to the blue line and over. Drops it off. Fэллun's pass to Lindros. Eric Lindros to the inboards. Here's Kent Manderville. Fэлlun heads for the front of the net. Slэйni breaking in. Slэйni takes the pass on the left point. Penalty's almost over. Big screen in front. And the puck didn't get from Slэйni to Lindros. Kунтош is out of the penalty box. There's the pass to him as he steps out, and the Czechs are offside.
Canada had 3 men standing in front of the net. Slэйni wasn't able to get that puck through. Craig and Sevigny had a good shift, laying the body on. Watch this check. Craig put him down, and then Sevigny ended up going down himself.
Vigneault coaches the defense, makes those changes. Dick Todd looks after the forwards. Perry Pern, the third coach on the bench, communicates with everyone, passes along messages to the players as they come on. Zygmunt Pálffi, number 8 for the Czechs. Centering pass, they score! Josef Stimpel on the pass from Pálffi, and it's 3-1 Czechs.
Trevor Kidd got caught anticipating. He was anticipating the pass, so he moved to his right. Look how far Trevor Kidd was over to his right.
Right out of the net as Pálffi feeds Stimpel. Wasn't a hard shot, but Kidd was out of position. Pálffi with the assist at 5:46, and it's 3-1 Czechoslovakia.
Well, so the momentum changes again, and Canada have got to try to get it back.
Rice in after the puck. Chris Draper now, number 19. To the inboards for Rice. Cut off and cleared by the Czechs. Straka, number 23 with the puck. Brizbua on him. The centering pass. All red shirts in front of the net, and the Canadians take over. Mike Sillinger to an open side. Rice and Malinsky. Rice gets to the puck first. Cleared around on the boards by Prokachka, and Straka takes the long shot in on Kidd. Prokachka taken out of the play hard by Jason Marshall. Sillinger's pass doesn't connect with Rice. Icing called against Canada. We're 6 minutes and 41 seconds into the second period. At Saskatchewan Plaice in Saskatoon, the Czechs over Saskatchewan Plaice again as the Czechs have taken a 2-goal lead for the second time in the game. Stopped the head of steam that Canada had up after a late first period goal by Pat Fэлlun. Scott Thornton chasing Jiri Шлегр. Craigwell's there as well. Thornton comes back for the puck. In for Craigwell on the inboard. The point is in front of the net. And out comes Martin Rучинski, number 16. Yaharchek was offside.
Good job by Lapointe. Happy about it and felt they should have been penalized.
Pierre Sevigny dumps the puck in. Mike Craig in after it. Eric Lindros out with them on this forward line for Canada as the Czechs come back to center. Stimpel, the goal scorer. Pálffi on the right wing, and he dumps the puck in. Chris Snell checked. Meluzin centered the puck. The Canadians take over. Craig dumps it in. Chases right after it. Gets to the puck first. Feeds it for Lindros. To the front of the net, and Sevigny couldn't bang it home. Josef Stimpel comes out, carrying the puck for Czechoslovakia. Hooked from behind by Lindros, who stole the puck. Then he was tripped up as he slides to the boards. The puck is sent back into the Canadian zone. An icing call against Canada as the puck was dumped in by Chris Snell. 11:49 to go in the second. 3-1 for the Czechs.
Lindros's line can get the tempo going again. He did a great job forechecking and then a great job back-checking, but he's going to be closely watched in this game, as he has been every game that Canada has played. He got tripped up on that particular play. Mike Craig also did a great job of getting into the Czech zone, first man on the puck, and then back-check like crazy.
Greg Johnson won the face-off. David Harlech to Brizbua and out to center, where a pass was intercepted and the Canadians were turned back. Brizbua again. This time the pass hits Manderville's stick. Outside on Dropa. His shot on Klitschka And the Czech goalie holds on.
Halichka hasn't taken any chances, has he? Any loose pucks anywhere close to that net, and he's pounced on them. He knows that the Canadian players will go for the net and challenge it constantly.
You're not penalized in international hockey for doing that either. You can jump on the puck and cover it up, and the referee won't make you play it.
They're very quick to give whistles.
Martin Straka waved out of the face-off circle. Another Martin Madovy moves in. Johnson won the draw again. Harlech with the shot in front. Bounced just wide of the net after a deflection. Dropa takes Johnson hard into the boards. Manderville to Brezbois, and he just keeps the puck into the end boards. Manderville centering for Fэллун, didn't get it out front. Brezbois blast one, loose puck in front, they score!
Great shift. Brezbois moved in. He knew that he could put that puck right on net, and it paid off. Both Fэллun and Johnson were standing in front.
I think it's Johnson's goal.
Johnson just put it right between the legs of Halichka.
Greg Johnson from Thunder Bay and the University of North Dakota has his 4th goal of the tournament. He and Pat Fэлlun have Canada's goals, and it's a 1-goal game again. Now can they tie it up? Dillinger went barging in and threw a hit. Stephen Rice, Chris Draper with Sillinger inside the blue line is Yuri Шлегр. The captain of the Czech team moves the puck out. Martin Rучинski couldn't center, and he had a man in front of the net too. Sillinger turns it back the other way with Stephen Rice at center. Sillinger shoots. Klitschko makes the save. Sillinger followed up by knocking the defenseman down as he went in after the puck. Yuri Kунтош was back, and Sillinger just barged right into him, knocked him over. Shot in on Trevor Kidd, and the play was offside at the Canadian blue line.
That cranked the tempo up.
Nearing the midway mark, 2nd period. Carl Dykhouse leads the Canadian rush to center. Dumps the puck in. Martin Lapointe right in after it. Thornton follows up as well. Lapointe shot. Klitschko makes the save. Cleared off the glass by the Czech defense.
Canada are back to dumping and chasing. It paid dividends yesterday, didn't it?
Chris Snell flips the puck down the ice. Thornton racing in after it. Milos Holik, number 22 of the Czech defense, dumps the puck to the blue line, not further. Harlech turns the Czechs back.
They can really play that type of a game effectively. The Canadians can. Dumping and chasing, they've got good speed. They like to play it physical.
Here's the Lindros line back on the ice as the Canadians have changed. Lindros, Craig, and Sevigny. Sevigny just gave Josef Schimpel a little shot at the bench, knocked his stick out of his hand, and knocked him down. Lindros after the puck. Sevigny comes in after it. They took it away from Ivan Dropa. He got it back. Cleared it to Martin Straka. And out come the Czechs. 2-on-2 to the blue line and over. Straka's shot. Blocked in the slot. Lindros is back for the puck. Clears it up the boards for Pierre Sevigny. Into the middle. Brezbois moved up, and now he retreats to his defensive position. And the Canadians go offside.
A tough one.
Brezbois the shot. Greg Johnson in front.
Johnson just grabbed that puck while it was in the crease, and as Halichka spread his legs, Johnson put it through them.
Canada's Tier 2 Player of the Year. It's on his team, and when they play the University of Minnesota, there's 2 Johnsons on that team. It's easy to be the play-by-play man that night.
You wouldn't want the job. Sooner or later, you'd have to put a first name to it.
Шлегр won the battle. Down on the boards, Marshall keeps the puck in. Hitchka made the save. Vanderbilt was there for the rebound. Now after the puck on the board, Шлегр hit him. Rучинski, number 16. In front of the net. And back come the Czechs. Шлегр with a shot. Kidd makes the save and holds on. And Yuri Шлегr right in his face. And the Vancouver Canucks will like what they've seen from Yuri Шлегr tonight. He plays a lot. He plays tough. And he's played well.
Шлегr went to the Vancouver Canucks training camp, didn't resolve a contract problem, and ended up going back. But I think it was probably a good move on his part. He needed some more experience, and a tournament like this is perfect experience.
I think the Canucks wanted him to sign a two-way deal and maybe go to the minors if necessary, and he wanted no part of the minor leagues. Joseph Stimpel. Back to the point. Hamrick's shot deflected off a Canadian player into the stands. Down to 8:01 left in the second period in a one-goal game. The Czechs lead 3-2.
Maybe Шлегр will think differently after this World Junior tournament is over. Good opportunity for him to play for his country. 22 players from Czechoslovakia were drafted in last June's draft. And as Bob McKenzie told you, the players from Czechoslovakia are leaving in droves.
Digman Palffy took the puck to the slot, couldn't get the shot away. Mike Sillinger took a bump at center as he got the puck out. Now Chris Snell. Chris Draper. Stimpel's right on him, and Draper turned wisely to the boards. Snell's knocked down. Meluzin in after the puck. Palffy loose in front of the net, but the Canadians take over. Sillinger to Snell. Sillinger, Draper and Rice at center, having trouble getting a hold of the puck and moving it into the Czech zone. Stimpel. Oh, Draper had him lined up and he just missed. Carl Dykhouse. Draper takes the pass from Rice. Can't cut for the net against Hamrick. An impressive 17-year-old defenseman. Stephen Rice in to help out in the corner now. Gets the puck loose. He's checked by Meluzin. Nolan dumped the puck down the ice. The Czechs are called for icing. We'll be back with this one-goal game in a moment. Championship. The Junior Championship on TSN, the Sports Network. The Czechoslovakians lead Canada 3-2. Just under 7 minutes to play, second period. I'm Jim Houston with Gary Green in the broadcast booth. Paul Romanuk and Bob McKenzie with us as well. Prokachka over the blue line, checked by David Harlock of Canada. Dale Craigwell tried to clear the puck and couldn't. Patrice Brezbois turns back in his own zone. Up the boards for Scott Thornton. Canada continues to go with four lines as Craigwell chases the puck. Backhander, Dropa steers him into the boards heavily. Ivan Dropa, 6'4", 220 pounds. A Chicago draft pick, and he's an imposing figure on the ice. He cleared the puck, but not out. Brezbois kept it in. Craigwell on the point behind the net. Thornton's out front. The point pulled it in. Craigwell came after it. Prokachka, number 28, comes up with the puck. Feeds it ahead, breaking in. Madovy scores! Martin Madovy, and it's 4-2 Czechoslovakia.
Well, Madovy was brave enough to split the defense. Harlock and Brezbois were guilty of not taking the body. Watch. Harlock got caught first of all. And Madovy just continued to walk in with two Canadian players after him. And he couldn't be caught. Great effort on his part, and what a move he put on Trevor Kidd. Went to his forehand and put it behind Kidd.
Madovy's fourth of the tournament. Prokachka set him up at 14:02, and just as Canada steps a little closer, the Czechs step away from them again. The third two-goal lead for the Czechs.
Czechoslovakia goal scored by 26
come the Canadians again. Craig, Sevigny, and Lindros. The Czechs with the puck. Jaharchek's in front of the net. Rучинski to the point. Schlegger's shot deflected. Jaharchek checked by John Slэйни. Pierre Sevigny is back for the puck.
Jason Marshall was without his stick in his own end zone. It broke on his way back.
Here's Rучинski, number 16, with a blast. That's blocked.
And that had to hurt.
Jason Marshall dropped in front of it without his stick, blocked the shot, stopped the play. You're right, that had to hurt.
For too long.
Greg Johnson's been very good on the faceoffs. He's just won another one. Pat Fэлlun has the puck. Almost gave it away to Zygmunt Pálffi. Kent Manderville dumped the puck to center, dumped right back in by Martin Hamrick. Carl Dykhuis now starts out, skates the puck to center, tried to dump it in. Hamrick with Manderville right on him. Cleared the puck. Johnson brought it in offside.
Jim, this Czech team is a motivated hockey club, and Bob McKenzie talked about players may be very handsomely rewarded, but there's also the motivation to play very well, and you know then you can go to the National Hockey League. So that's why this team is a spirited team.
Yuri Malinsky. That they've lost to the Swedes, probably a game they regret losing, and to the Soviets last night. Carl Dykhuis. Gave the puck away. Malinsky dumped it back in. Chris Snell to Greg Johnson. Pass didn't connect. And it's an icing call against Canada. Exactly 4 minutes to go in the second, and a 2-goal lead for the Czechs.
Parents here may be the proudest, but also maybe the most nervous.
Brizbua checked in behind his own net. The puck squirted out front. Here's Mike Sillinger quickly through center with Draper. Шлегр was back to make a nice play, sweeping the puck away from the Canadians. David Harlech dumps it back in for Canada. Rice and Draper right in on top of Шлегр. Kунтоš gets the puck to Jaharchek, number 18. Joseph Stiefel, sharp angled shot. Kidd makes the save and holds on. 3:21 left in the second. Canada scored. Now it's 4-2 for the Czechs. Sevigny taken into the boards by Ola. Here's Lindros, takes the blast, deflected wide of the Czech goal. Sevigny and Holland just back up after wrestling beside the Canadian bench. Zygmunt Pálffi took a shot as the whistle sounded, and Marshall comes over to keep him from going after John Slэйni.
But Slэйni took a swat at Pálffi, which was unnecessary.
And Pierre Sevigny came over and had words for Roman Meluzin at the end of that play as well. Paul? So the Americans still have medal hopes. A very good team at this tournament. Ivan Tropa with a long shot. Wide of the Canadian net. Another shot into the glove of Trevor Kidd, and he held on. Prokachka got a shot off the wing on the rebound.
Trevor Kidd wasn't going to take any chances. He's just been
Lindros won the draw from Martin Straka. Dykhuis spun around. Still manages to get the puck up the boards. Tropa with a shot. Kidd the save. And Madovy was quick to get out of the way. Sevigny is knocked to the ice. Did he get a stick from Madovy? And there'll be penalties called here, at least one to Madovy.
I think Sevigny may have drawn him into the penalty. And as soon as Sevigny went down, he immediately lifted his face shield. He got an elbow.
Maybe a little butt in. Oh, that one's on Dykhouse, but Sevigny went down after the whistle went. He was hit as well.
Sevigny followed it.
And the Canadians have a man advantage. Vanderbilt's out of the power play. Craig Johnson and Pat Fэлlun with him on the forward line. Johnson gets set for the face-off. Snell and Brизбуа the point man.
Canada need one here. They need a pick-me-upper.
Chris Snell. Greg Johnson and out of Kent Manderville. Over center, Manderville dumps the puck in. Johnson races after Yuri Шлегр, the first man back. He clears the puck to the blue line, not out. Snell kept it in. Johnson to Fэлlun, out front to Manderville. Loses the puck. Couldn't get a hold of it. And Hlichka held on.
And couldn't jam it in under Hlichka's pad. He kept trying to pry it loose, but Manderville wasn't successful at doing it.
He was all alone, but he couldn't get control.
Fэлlun put the puck right out in front, and you're right. Manderville was all alone. No one on him. But Hlichka had the puck.
Milan Hlichka, 17-year-old in this tournament. And his team has a 2-goal lead.
Hlichka's played with good confidence in this game. I wonder whether or not he even expected to play tonight.
Johnson has won another draw. The Canadians have been dominant in the faceoff circle, but still trail. Zygmunt Pálffi dumped the puck in and then retreated. Now at center ice, the Czechs have possession. Gamрлик. Shot it in. Patrice Brизбуа sets up for Canada, and out come the Canadians. Pat Fэлlun with Johnson and Manderville in over the blue line. Johnson for Manderville. Brизбуа at the point. Takes the shot. Deflected wide. Fэлlun, number 9, in front. Manderville to Slэйni. His shot. Stopped by Hlichka. Cleared down the ice by Olin.
That was a perfect shot by Slэйni from the point. It was low and hard. The rebound came out perfectly.
Now he's back for the puck again. Olin took a run at Manderville. Lindros moves across the blue line with Mike Craig as the Czechs clear the puck again, down to 40 seconds left in the penalty to the Czechs. Canada on a power play, trailing by 2. Pierre Sevigny took a bump in front of the net. Mike Craig shoots, he scores!
They needed it, they got it. Sevigny took the check, the puck stayed in. Now watch this move that Mike Craig makes on Hlichka. Hlichka was down, committed himself way too early. Mike Craig just waited him out. Great play by Craig. Excellent patience.
Lindros and Sevigny draw the assists at 18. A power play goal for Canada. Craig from Lindros and Sevigny at 18:49. Now, we'll get the next one. There's an offside call against Canada. For the third time, the Canadians have made this a one-goal game.
Another look at the goal from the behind the net, high camera angle. Mike Craig putting the puck in behind 2 fallen Czech players.
Now off the draw, John Slэйni flips the puck in. And another offside call against Canada with 57 seconds left in the second period.
Remember Dick Todd's rule, you don't get scored. Going to have to start by Lindros winning it cleanly.
Ties up his man, gets to the puck, puts it on the inboard. There's Mike Craig. Slэйni breaking in front. They score! Lindros!
Canada are starting to like this last minute of each period. It all started with Lindros not winning the draw, but going to the board.
Oh, man to him as well, opening with some room for Lindros. Eric Lindros' third point of the night, his sixth goal of the tournament. And it's a tie game, 4-4. Eric Lindros looking for more in front to 70, stopped by Hlitschka. Almost a second goal in the last minute of the second.
There's very few that can stop him. He put a nice little move, goes wide, tries to jump right over top of number 22 Holland for the Czech, and was successful at doing it. Great setup.
The official scoring play, Lindros from Craig at 19-11, the sixth. He's out. A scramble for the puck and the buzzer sounds. That's a good gamble though when you've won just about every face-off all night long. 70 was dumped. There'll be a Czech penalty, I believe.
I think you're right.
As the buzzer sounded, 70, and I believe it.
They didn't win the draw cleanly, but they didn't lose it either. Now watch Sevigny right here. He takes a cross check from Dropa, and that will be the penalty.
So Dropa has taken a penalty for Czechoslovakia at the 20-minute mark when he hit Pierre Sevigny. So he's off for elbowing. Canada starts the third period on the power play. The big Czech defenseman watches. And even if they don't score on this power play, it gives Canada an opportunity to keep their momentum going with a man advantage early in the third period. Carrying the puck is Patrice Brezbois. Dumps it in. Yuri Шлегр, who's had a great game for the Czechs, is back. Clears the puck, not out. Brezbois kept it in. Here's Mike Craig trying to feed the puck to Lindros. Lindros working in the crease. Craig comes out alone. Couldn't backhand the puck in. Milan Hlitschka stopped it. Rучинski, number 16, takes a shot. Just missed. Just missed shorthanded. 30 seconds into the penalty. Here's Lindros. They're 3-on-1 to Mike Craig. Lindros stopped by Hlitschka.
That started way back in the Canadian zone. The Czechs got caught in deep, and Eric Lindros breaks out. It was a 3-on-1. Lindros took it on the backhand and tried to shovel it right along the ice by Hlitschka. He gave the pass to Craig. He knew he'd get it back. But by that time, he was a little bit too close in on Hlitschka.
Just a bit deep. Minute 13 to go in the penalty to Dropa. In a 4-4 tie. Greg Johnson won another draw. Dykhouse to Marshall, and the power play sets up. Jason Marshall, Kent Manderville. Greg Johnson now. Back to Manderville. Fэлlun's over on the far side. Marshall's shot deflected. Scooped in front by Johnson, and he couldn't get it up over Hlitschka.
Good hands, though, by Johnson. That rebound, and it wasn't much of one, came out quickly. Johnson put it right back. Good shot from the point. It was deflected. That puck came low. Now look, that wasn't a big rebound, but it was enough that Johnson could just get his stick on it. He had to reach for it. Look at how many times that puck changed directions. And again, Hlitschka shows you how he goes down, how he spreads those legs, and had he not been able to be that flexible, he wouldn't have stopped it.
Quick rest, and the Lindros line is back out. Here's Palffy in front of the net. What a nice save by Trevor Kidd on the 2-on-1.
Canada may be on the power play, but they've got to make sure defensively Brizbua got caught up ice. It was a 2-on-1. Now look, Kрэйg couldn't keep up with his check.
Canada wins the draw. Brizbua's pass for Sevigny is behind him, deflected by the Czechs. Here's Joseph Stiempel, one man back, takes the shot. Kidd made the save. 25 seconds left in the penalty. Canada's 2-on-2. Lindros with Sevigny trailing. And the play was broken up nicely by Ghamrik. Back at the point, Slady keeps the play onside. Late in the penalty, to the front of the net. Knocked down. Kept it again by Slady, who moved up. Here's Eric Lindros in the slot. Shoots it. Deflected over top. Man coming out of the penalty box. Those were the instructions being shouted by Dick Todd. He wanted Dykhuis to hang back. And he did as Gopa comes out of the penalty box. Dykhuis with a pass that hit Chris Draper. Now the teams are at even strength in a 4-4 tie. Early in the third period in Saskatoon. Rучинski faked the shot. Can't get by Chris Snell. Dykhuis over for the puck. Ahead to Stephen Rice with Sillinger and Draper through the middle. Snell drops the puck off for his Ottawa teammate Chris Draper. Шлегр takes him out of the play. Sillinger on the inboard. Шлегр can't find the puck, so he wisely took a man. And out comes Kунтош. Yeti Kунтош, number 27, with a long blast on Trevor Kidd. Snell's back, scoops the puck off the glass. Centering pass is blocked. Sillinger was back. Ahead for Stephen Rice. Rice with Manderville at center at the end of his shift. Dumps the puck in. Hlitschka held on with Manderville there, and Шлегр just took Manderville right to the inboards. Stay tuned following the game for our TSN Turning Point, brought to you by National Trust. For 3 minutes into the third. Yeti Malinsky. Prokachka to Straka, and they play it back to the defense. Ivan Tropa with the pass just in over the blue line, turned back. Malinsky dumps the puck in. Mate was offside, but cleared the offensive zone, so offside is washed out. John Slady, right wing pass for Pat Fэлlun, just too hard for him to handle, and icing is called against Canada. And Fэлlun will argue that one of the Czech players touched the puck to no avail.
Because in international play,
the way he's played, he'll be very prominent in the draft in June in Buffalo. Fэлlun racing in on the right wing after the puck. Oops, blew a tire as he got towards the boards. Roman Meluzin, number 17. Stiempel, number 15. Backhands the puck to the slot. Fэлlun was there for Canada. Almost 4 minutes into the third period in a 4-4 tie. Into the corner, the puck kept in by Brizbua. Took the shot, deflected by Meluzin wide of the net. Ghamrik hacked the puck to center. Carl Dykhuis for Canada to his partner Chris Snell. Vanderbilt dumps the puck in, and the Canadians change on the fly. Dale Craigwell in forechecking. Martin Lapointe and Scott Thornton out to join him on a forward line. Canada still employs 4 lines. Thornton tripped up a man. It was Branislav Janos that went down. Milos Folis. Ghamrik. Hammered by Thornton. Rучинski comes in. Thornton went down as a pass came up the middle. Juharczyk was trying to break away. The Czechs are called for icing. There's all sorts of jabbing and crashing going on behind the play and after the whistles, isn't there? Here's John Slady. Blasts one. Hlitschka made the save and held on with all sorts of Canadians in front of the net.
the Canadian defense have been doing a great job of putting that puck low and hard right along the ice and right on net. That gives Canada the opportunity to jab away at it, and if there are any rebounds in there, they've got the toughness and the size to be able to take advantage of it. There's the shot by Slэйни, and he had to carefully direct that because of the Czech forward who was coming out to try to block it.
Finnish referee is really getting a hard... Off the draw. Janos cleared the puck down the ice. Mike Craig back for Canada. Lost it in the slot, and now he'll get some help. Jason Marshall with a pass to Eric Lindros. Dumped to the end boards. Rutschinski's the first man back. Martin Rutschinski, number 16. Sevigny caught him. Yuri Шлегр cleared the puck to center. Madawy goes for the net. Stopped by Trevor Kidd. Poke check.
You hold your breath when Madawy heads for the net.
Here's Yuri Шлегр, number 24. He's all alone. His mates are on a change. Coming hard was Madawy off the left wing. But the shot was deflected to the corner. Back comes Lindros. Stepped by the check from Malinsky, but couldn't take the puck with him. Stephen Rice dumps the puck in. Sevigny's held up in the offensive zone. Now he gets out. Stephen Rice is in. It's still a delayed offside, and now it's called. And so often they just breeze right by, Lindros especially. Rice in after the puck, Sillinger back into the point. Breezeblock kept it in, Rice in the corner. Tried to pass it out for Sillinger or Draper. And back comes Martin Straka, number 23. Sillinger forced him to turn back. Malinsky. Again, the Czechs are forced back at the blue line. Ivan Dropa gave the puck away to Sillinger and got it back. Martin Madawy dumps the puck in. Czechs are changing. Rice moved the puck out quickly. Sillinger's after it. Rice goes to the front of the net. There's the pass. Klitschko blocked it. And Roman Meluzin was there to clear the puck away. Back out at center. Dykhouse for Draper and in, but quickly sent back out. Josef Stiepel gets a return pass, takes the shot. Kidd makes the save and holds on. He looked so confident against the Finns.
A good forward pass that was fed up to Stiepel, and he's had a number of good scoring opportunities.
Carl Dykhouse to Pat Fэлlun. Can't get by Olin on the right wing. Greg Johnson and Manderville out with Pat Fэлlun in the Canadian forward line. Martin Hamrick up the boards for Palffy, and an offside is called. 12:37 to play, third period in a 4-4 tie. Back in a moment to beat the Soviets Friday for the goal. They just want to make sure they don't lose it. Jason Marshall carries the puck in. He was tripped up, sent the puck towards the net. Klitschko held on with Sevigny, who's been a thorn in the side of these Czechs all night long. Right there again.
I like Sevigny. He gets his nose in there, and he also...
Straka and Lindros. Straka's waved out, and Madawy comes in. None of them have had much luck with the Canadian centerman. Lindros ties up the man. The puck comes to the point. John Släney puts it to the inboard. Lindros out front, cut off by Hlichka. There's a shot. They score. Craig.
Has just dominated on face-off. Watch Lindros. He uses his feet. And then he goes right for behind the net. He didn't put it out the first time, but he did the second time. And Mike Craig took advantage of it. The first time that Lindros tried to put it out front, then Hlichka was able to poke check the puck, sending it right back, though, to Lindros.
Mike Craig has matched Eric Lindros in goals in this tournament. Lindros has his 4th point of the night. Släney also draws an assist at 7:45 of the third. 5-4 Canada. Palffi, all alone, shot the puck wide of the net. Palffi with a great chance to tie this game for Czechoslovakia. Long ways from over. Here they come again. Palffi in front of the net, knocked down by Brezbois. Roman Meluzin in the slot. Hooked from behind by Martin Lapointe.
Canada need a whistle right now before they get a penalty.
Instead, they dumped the puck down the ice, not quite far enough for icing, and changed up. Owen dumps the puck in. The play is offside.
And the line change was almost a... Palffi is a speedy player. And he had a couple of great chances. That was a great breakaway pass by Stiepel.
Not a very good shot, though.
He went to the inside the first time, and the second time he got dumped.
Brezbois got him on the second opportunity. 11:15 to go in the game. 5-4 Canada.
Canada going to protect this lead, Jim. They've got to tighten up.
Joharczyk fell down as he tried to take the shot. Canadians trying to clear the puck. Then they get it down the ice. Yuri Slager's back.
Canada have got to stick with their forechecking game and their skating game, but they have got to have that third man back.
Rучинski, number 16, hooked. There'll be a penalty. Rучинski went down. And the hooking call goes against Canada. The Czechs go to the power play trying to tie this game up.
You saw that coming a couple of minutes ago. After Canada had scored the goal, the go-ahead goal, for some reason they stopped skating. And when you stop skating and the Czechs turn it up a notch, you're going to end up taking some penalties from reaching and grabbing.
First Canadian penalty since the first period.
It was maybe a weak hook.
But Ruzicki went down, and the referee was on the other side of the ice. Sillinger for hooking. Czechs are on a power play. Eric Lindros pushes the puck to center. Dropa's the only man back, and he pushed Lindros to the ice at the blue line. Madovy gave the puck away, and Brezbois sends the Czechs back. Straka, number 23. Dropped the puck off. Mike Craig cleared it.
Canada have kind of got to lay back right now. They can't do any aggressive forechecking while they're killing this penalty. The Czechs, until right now with their changeup, have had two men way high at the blue line.
To the net. Stiepel was stopped. Josef Stiepel in digging the puck loose or trying to back on the point. Olin had the puck go off and skated out. Hamrick. Meluzin over the blue line. Now they'll set up. Roman Meluzin. Zygmunt Palffi. Milos Olin got the puck into Palffi, and his pass intercepted by Dykhuis and cleared.
It's really difficult for Canada to rush the points too much because the Czechs move the puck so quickly.
Just over a half a minute left in the penalty to Mike Sillinger of Canada. Mike Craig, Chris Draper make that, has stolen the puck out, killing the penalty now. With Kent Manderville, and Draper's done a fine job. Draper just threw himself at the end boards trying to check Hamrick, and now he's back up trying to get back into the play. Over the blue line, Rучinski's shot. Kidd makes the save. Rучinski behind the net. Joharczyk, number 18. The centering pass comes back to the point. Kунтош with the blast. Deflected by Draper wide of the net. Sillinger's out of the penalty box. Scrambling to the play as the puck hit the base of the post on a shot by Шлегр. Yuri Шлегр lost the puck to Sillinger. Kунтоš is back easily. 8 minutes and 25 seconds left in the third period. Canada 5, Czechoslovakia 4. Slэйni to Sevigny in. Let's see what the Canadians do now. One man in. Rest are just inside the blue line. Out comes Yuri Kунтош, number 27. A long blast. Kid made a save with his toe.
Kid's going to have to really be sharp this last 8 minutes because you can see the Czechs coming on, and they're bound to get some chances.
An icing call against Canada, 7:53 to go in the game. Here's Paul. Canada's won another face-off in its own zone. Carl Dykhuis with the puck. Teams are at even and full strength now. Dykhuis stopped at center. Lindros takes over. Thornton and Craig are out with Lindros. Thornton taking 78th spot on this line. Thornton into forecheck. Melinsky tried to move the puck out and did. Out at center. Here's Straka. One man back. It's Chris Snell. Straka fell down. The blast by Melinsky is blocked by Kidd. Ivan Tropa at center. 7:20 to go in the game. Prokachka's over the blue line off. Mike Craig with two and Eric Lindros with the other.
Such a difficult decision by a coach. When to pull back and start to defend. You're afraid that your team might get caught a little flat-footed, and especially against a very agile, quick Czech team.
And when what you've been doing has been working so well, you don't want to stop too soon. Pat Fэлloun's shot was blocked. Craig Johnson backhands the puck to the boards. Manderville and Fэлloun in after it. Manderville tried to go to the backhand in front of the net and couldn't. David Harlock sends the Czechs back deep into their own zone. Under 7 minutes now to go in the game. Canada leading by a goal. Patrice Brezbois dumps the puck in. Manderville right in on Hamrick. Olin comes back for the puck, number 22. Backhands it down the ice. John Slainy's the first man back for it. Slainy to Manderville. He dumps the puck in and the Canadians make changes. Slowly out of their own zone, the Czechs come with the puck. Yuri Kунтош, number 27, feeds the puck ahead. Johanchik, number 18, made a nice move on Marshall, trying to get the puck to the front of the net and couldn't. Slaney clears it not out. Yuri Шлегр to the front of the goal. Did Trevor Kidd get a toe on that? I think so. Branislav Janoš tipped the puck at the side of the net all alone, and Kidd got a toe on it. And now there's a penalty for slashing being called. We'll be back with a Canadian power. I thought it was going to be a Czech penalty, but it's Stephen Rice gone for slashing at 14:02 of the third period. And now the Czechs on a power play, trailing by a goal. Just under 6 minutes to go. Straka. Now back in the point. Melansky. Yuri Шлегр's shot. Blocked in front of the net. Out comes Brezbois, and he blasts the puck in. Yuri Melinsky. Josef Stimpel. Intercepted by Craig and sent down the ice. Craig and Lindros out killing the penalty. Now with Harlock and Marshall. Lindros gets the puck in front to Craig. And he couldn't get a shot on goal. Roman Meluzin. Zygmunt Pálffi across the blue line. To Stimpel. Meluzin got in too deep and couldn't get a shot away. Cleared not out. Olin at the line. Shoots it just wide of the net. Another shot. And hit the side of the goal and went in behind. Harlock's trying to clear it. Lindros around on the boards. Olin moves up to keep it in for Czechoslovakia, and Craig cleared it. 40 seconds left in the penalty. 4.5 minutes to go in the game.
A couple of times Canada really gambled by trying to throw it up the middle from deep behind their net.
Martin Rучинski. Long blast wide of the net. Johanchik couldn't come up with the puck. Manderville cleared it down the ice. Chris Draper chases Kунтош. Rучинski is back. Number 16 to Yuri Шлегр, who never seems to leave the ice. Back to Rучинski over the blue line in the power play. Johanchik in alone. Scores! 5-5. Rучинski to Marian Juharczyk.
Rучинski went as he was diving to push that puck ahead to Juharczyk, and it worked. Everyone was looking at Rучинski, and no one was taking much heed with Juharczyk.
They'd be tied in points if they did that, and the first tiebreaker is head-to-head competition. The second is goals scored again. But Canada can't afford to lose it, and it's 5-5 now. A power play goal by the Czechs has tied it up. From the point, Stropa's shot, deflected wide of the net. Canadians can't clear it. Prokachka kept it in behind the net. Now Scott Thornton with a chance to move it out. With Johnson and Fэлlun through center. The pass ahead to Pat Fэлlun. Thornton's out front. Fэлlun couldn't take the puck with him behind the net. Thornton went down, tripping over the side of the goal. Fэлlun keeps the puck in with a chance. Holds on. Pat Fэлlun was poke checked. Straka got the puck to the blue line. Palffy throws it over to an open wing. Patrice Brизбуа with a pass for Thornton, it hit his skates. Down to 3 minutes to go in the game in a 5-5 tie. And the puck is cleared by Dropa, the left defenseman. Shot right off the face-off by Mike Craig, and Hlichka made the save. Lindros with another shot. Hlichka holds on as Sevigny was slammed down in front of the net.
So we knew, or know now at least, what those instructions were from Lindros back to Harlock, is that the same as Lindros has so seldom done in this game, is he has not tried to win it cleanly back to the point.
I can't think of a face-off that the Czechs have won in the game.
I'm having a difficult time figuring one out too.
Suffice it to say that the Canadians have been dominant. Lindros and Johnson in particular have been unbeatable by the Czechs. See how Palffy does against Lindros. To the point, David Harlock in behind the net. Lindros centering pass, stopped by Hlichka with Sevigny. Harlock's blast. That's blocked and hit Sevigny, who didn't see it coming, but just standing in front of the net. Another great chance after winning a face-off for Canada, and they'll get a chance to win another one with 2.5 minutes, 2:35 exactly to go.
You might see Canada just try to delay things a bit here, just so that Lindros can catch his breath.
Canada could then match them in points with a win over the Soviets on Friday night. Czechs get possession off a draw, and a long pass for Rучинski comes right down on Trevor Kidd, and he'll hold on. And the face-off will be deep in the Canadian zone now with 2:26 to go.
No reason not to hold on when you're as confident as the Canadians.
Fэлlun moved up and almost got the puck out. Johnson can't get it in his skates. Rучинski to the boards, back in the point. Шлегр shot, they score! 2:15 to go, and the Czechs have the lead.
Well, so that face-off proved costly to Canada.
A shot from the point by Шлегр must have been deflected.
Canada had trouble right from the face-off. They never did get great possession. And it was a mad scramble for the puck.
A loss, and Canada needs help from Finland tomorrow night if they're to win gold. Rучинski gets the goal. He deflected Шлегр's shot from the point. Canada trails 6-5, running out of time. And called for icing the puck.
There's another pretty good example, I think.
Rучinski from Шлегр and Janos, the goal at 17:45, 6-5 Czechoslovakia. Lindros won a draw. Out comes Mike Craig with the puck. He gets it through center. Down to 2 minutes to go. Gamрлик back for the puck. Craig barges in after it. Now the Canadians are all in after the puck. Straka holding it on the board. The Czechs will badly want to kill some time and defend. And the play is stopped with 1:46 left in the game.
Again, key face-off.
And a hush is coming. Lindros will take the face-off. He's out with Sevigny and Craig. Marshall and Dykhouse at the point. Lindros won the draw. Jason Marshall shoots it. Blocked. Dykhouse moves up on the other side to the front of the net. That was blocked by Gamрлик. Flipped out and down the ice by the Czechs. Stimpel tries to go for the net. Now he'll just try and tie the puck up on the boards, kill some time, work the clock. And the clock is working against the Canadians with 1:26 to go. Both benches are standing.
That was almost a delay of the game, though. When the Czech player was on top of the puck, the Canadian players had backed off, but again, a quick whistle by the referee, and so the Czechs get what they wanted, and that was a stoppage in play.
A power play goal at 15:55 with Stephen Rice in the penalty box tied it up. Rучинski's tip-in of Шлегер's shot at 17:45 has given the Czechs the lead. Lindros won the draw. Brizbua tried to dump the puck down the ice. Now a second opportunity. Here's John Slänny. Dumps the puck in. Craig, Lindros, and Sevigny in after it. Poked up the boards. Gamрлик couldn't get it out. Now flipped in the air to center. Here's a breakaway for Uharczyk. And the play is called back offside with 1:04 left.
He was trying to get Kidd out. If Canada had been able to keep that puck in deep. Any shots coming from the point right now?
Lindros drew the puck back. They keep it in. Slänny to Mike Craig going for the front of the net. Sevigny hacked at it and missed. Goaltender's not out. He's backing back into the goal. And here comes Uharczyk. Less than a minute to go. Marian Uharczyk. Now Mike Craig takes over for Canada. Kidd is sprinting towards the bench as Mike Craig dumps the puck in. Now Kidd stops at the blue line, waiting for his team to establish possession. Brizbua couldn't keep the puck in. Here's a 2-on-0. Uharczyk in on Kidd. Kidd stopped him. Canada will get yet another chance to move up ice. John Slänny's back for the puck. Less than 30 seconds to go in the game. The Czechs lead 6-5. Шлегр stopped the Canadian rush at center. Lindros to the boards. Sevigny can't come up with the puck. And the Canadians are running out of time. "11 seconds to go, and the face-off will be outside of the blue line as Yuri Шлегр just dropped on the row if they're to win gold. Dumped in by Canada, but dumped right back out again. And here's Madovy as time runs out, and the Czechs have come back for a miraculous 6-5 victory over Canada with 2 late third-period goals, and the Czechs may have dashed Canada's gold medal hopes.
And just
They seem to have it well in hand. Lindros had 4 points. Mike